Hey guys, welcome to Copernicus Corner. I'm back in Watcher Realms after a pretty busy weekend, and I've been knocking out a few of these dailies. I have been kind of keeping up with the dailies for the most part over the weekend, but I was going to log in at least for a few minutes and do some polls. I don't know that I'll be in very long right now, but we shall see. So first of all, we've got clearing stage 5 times today. Let's claim that 200 gold dragon tokens. And that levels us up to level 36 on this dawning season, which rewards us with this five of these 5-star psychic power shards. Those should come in handy at some point. And then we've been offered Fortune Pack, which is 3 of these legendary summoning crystals, 800 stamina and 50,000 coins for 999 W gold there. Followed by an Arena Glory gold bundle, 3 legendary summoning crystals, 800 mithril, and 10 arena permits for that 39.99 W gold. Alright, now we're going up in the rankings on this Forgotten Palace. That's an event that's going on right now. Let's see here. It's see if I can find it on here. There we are. Participate in Gear Raid 3 to win trophies and redeem rewards. Go over to it. I just started doing some auto battles in the background a couple of minutes ago. Already almost made it here to this first mark for the 100,000 XP potions, and up to rank 53. So not a lot of people in my current set are participating really hardcore yet. So we've got a chance to get up into the decent numbers and potentially finish out this this meter of rewards down here. Alright. Now, other than that, there's the Abyssal Derby going. And you know what? It occurs to me, I haven't done that since the first day, so I'll want to do that hopefully today. But first, I do want to try to get some of these pulls done. First of all, looking over at the Spiritual Altar. Summon heroes to earn points that can be accumulated for great rewards. And as you can see, there are in fact great rewards to be had from pulling things. So the lucky get luckier, right? Alright. Got something in the quest to claim. This is clearing stages 5 times for 1 stamina potion sample, and spend 100 stamina today and get in return 1 stamina potion sample. Alright, out of there, and I think maybe before I do the polls, we're going to go ahead and run some arenas real fast. It looks like the current challenge is single target DPS. I have no idea what I have set up for that. It looks like my team is 321,251. So let's try to fight against this Lost Romantic here and see exactly what I have going. Okay, I think I get the idea, and I may know essentially what I've done. Let us go ahead and try to auto fight this and see what happens. So we'll see how I have it set up to go, and all that should be fairly safe. We'll see. Alright, so this is the one where we threw Xena out right out the gate, followed by Dao Chan, and then I'm sure Arrogance back behind Xena. A couple spaces. Probably gonna put, I would assume, Arrogance out there, followed by Wrath in front. No, not Wrath, Idrin. Probably in front of Arrogance is what I was doing here. Hey, Killer Boudreaux 228, how you doing, man? Alright, we got 3 arena coins, 50 divine emblems, and 5,000 gold for that fight there. So look at the stats. We've got top DPS done by Xena. Well, that's, that seems like the obvious thing. Followed by, I don't know who this is, some guy on their team over here that's, I've seen him before. I don't know if he's Nightmare or Infernal or exactly what he is, but I'm not sure what his name is. I know nothing about this guy, except that I have seen him in arenas before. And then we have Etril. They had out there, and Etril is decent. I wanted Etril for a long time, but it was so late in the game when I finally pulled her that it was like most of her worth. I think most of her worth is early and mid game, And of course, I'm in, I think, mid game at this point, probably, but I feel like I'm a little far into mid game to really get as much appreciation as as I would have liked from her. I feel like there was a lot more benefit in the earlier game than there is now for her. I do still use her, and I do still think that she has good effect, um, but I got her a little bit late. Is all I'm saying there. All right, so moving forward, what do we have next here? Okay, ranking has gone up to 26th in Forgotten Palace, and we got another award or reward going for some of the stuff there. I'll try this 367,153 guy, whose name is definitely uh, not in the English. I think that is a little bit of Cyrillic going on there. All right, let's auto fight and see what happens here. Um, Sadly, I can't read Cyrillic, so I don't know how to pronounce that name. All right, so let's see what our opponent has going on here. We basically know what we're doing. This is Salazar. I've heard of Salazar. I've seen him before, I think, in Arena. Says his ultimate is launches a blitz of 6 strikes randomly on all targets in range, each strike doing 300% damage, and the last doing 380% damage. It becomes immune to all damage when the skill is in effect. That's really nice. The skill guarantees crit hits on targets inflicted with bleed. Very cool. I think, yeah, I like it. Let's see what else we have going on here. Zong just won Seven Zong just won a 5-star hero, Valeria. I looked at Valeria the other day, but I haven't pulled her yet. So see if that happens or not. We have gotten slaughtered on this round pretty sufficiently. But we'll see how this next one goes because I see that their guy's almost dead here, their blocker. My Xena went down, but Xena is kind of intended to go down. Unfortunately, Arrogance is not doing well, and that is sad times right there. This means is I lose. Pretty much. Too bad, too bad. Not surprising. So that was the fellow with the name I don't know at 367,513, I think. We won 3 arena coins and 20 divine emblems for that. I think there were a couple more I can try. Maybe just one more. No, 2 more. Well, no, just 1 more because I've already fought. I don't know what I'm talking about. There's 2 here. We're going to go with Wanda Gary next. Wanda Gary at 370,161. We have 759. So, odds are he'll beat us. Wanda Gary is probably going to smite faces a little bit, but that's okay. All right. What do they have going on here? Who's this person? Lucius. It's a very nice name, Lucius. I think I've known 2 Luciuses in my life. Or no. Okay, that's not fair. Okay, one family who used the name Lucius among many people, then one other person independently. It's a good name. All right, he's the one with exorcism. I've seen him before. It says he loads the weapon with sanctified bolts, increasing damage by 30% for 20 seconds. Basic attacks and pursuits deal an extra 150% damage one time. The next basic attack dispels up to 5 buffs from the target upon hit. When activated, dispels damnation, I think it said. Anyway, I felt like he was maybe more targeted of a character that would have greater effect on people who do whatever that damnation thing is. Alright, we have 3 arena coins, 50 divine emblems, and 5,000 XP potions from that. I got 1 more to try against that there's some possibility we could beat. Let's see. It's this Nautan. Man, the UPS guild. That's very interesting. Alright, we're gonna fight Nautan from the UPS guild. 394,277 BP on this one. Not quite 100,000 more. It's like 80,000 more-ish, I think. I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to go look. But okay. over here, this is Salazar again. That's interesting. Out of the very few of these arenas that we've done in the last few minutes, two of them have had Salazar as their first placement. Hey Dill, how you doing? Ah, and they have arrogance too. Man, it's very nice. So they've got Salazar, and then they've got arrogance. Now who's this? Hot Suit. Now Hot Suit is very, very good. Arrogance, for those who don't know, his ultimate says the hero enters Berserker stance, dealing 360% damage with each attack launched and increasing attack range. During this period, the hero attacks with the Demon Boomerang. The boomerang deals AoE damage equal to 30% of the damage. And then it disappeared because I guess Arrogance must have died. Too bad. Let's see, I can click mine. 30% of the damage taken by the main target to their nearby enemies. Additionally, it inflicts burning on all enemies' damage, which is pretty cool. Alright, we got the victory on that one. So that was Not Anne with 394,277 BP. Highest DPS here was my Arrogance, then followed by their Salazar. And then their Arrogance and my Xena did similarly on the damage. I think probably their Arrogance would have surpassed Xena. In fact, definitely, if he had been out longer. Like Xena came out first. So if they'd been out for the same amount of time, essentially, their Arrogance still had more DPS than my Xena did. I guess that's where I'm going with that. Alright, let's go back. And so, ranking has gone up to number 16 in Forgotten Palace at the moment. And I won't be able to do anything about Feng Hao. So, we'll get out of there. Oh, I guess I can refresh the opponents. Confirm that, refresh. And we have 321,251 BP. Let's go ahead and try Kajuzito here. Kajuzito needs to go an attempt made against him. We'll see what this looks like. So he has somebody on his team. As you can see, the stage monster VP is 258,150, even though the opponent VP is 203,569, which means that this fellow has someone on their team that is significantly better than the rest of their team members. It's typically what this is going to mean. There's going to be one team member that's very, very advanced over the others. Ideally, in this fight, that's going to be the first character that they lay out, because the concept of this would be to try to destroy these enemy creatures much faster than is expected, and take your opponent by surprise with this hit and kill him in the first round or two. So we'll see if they do that or not. Alright, so here we are. And they've thrown Valara. Now I've seen Valara quite a number of times used in Arena, and she is very good. It says Wings of Pegasus. Can choose and move to a deployable tile within 4 tiles, removes invisibility state, increases attack range, and does 260% AoE damage to 10 enemy targets with each attack. Additionally, the talent inflicts enhanced slow. It's really good. Next, she has Micah. I know nothing of Micah. Micah has a blazing plumage. When activated, it ignores 45% of the enemy's magic resistance. The number of basic attacks required for triggering a blazing plume reduces by 2. The ultimate lasts for 25 seconds. I think this is the first time that I've seen blazing plume being used in an arena fight or on a character. I have experience with blazing plume in the zombie invasion, and otherwise I don't think that I've seen it on a character, or if I have, I didn't note it, right? Alright, so according to the stats, looks like Valara did the most damage by a good little chunk, actually. But again, as I mentioned, that's the ace in the hole right there, because the rest of these guys did not perform nearly so well as that. On my team, Arrogance topped the DPS. Actually, this time Xena topped the DPS, followed very, very closely by Arrogance. and then Edrin next. So they actually did similarly. It's very cool. All right, so we got 3 of these arena coins, 50 divine emblems, and 5,000 random XP potions. And I failed to say that was Kajuzito with 203,569 BP. Good job, Kajuzito. Good try there. All right. Next, let's give Jadala a try here. Jadala is the next BP level up from the last one. Let's go ahead and just auto-fight this and see what happens here. Jadala has 300,960 BP, and I see Hot Suit on his team, I think. I'm starting to recognize that icon. I'm a little slow with visuals, so you have to bear with me, but really putting out here. We have Sun Wukong. Wow, yeah, okay. So, Sun Wukong is very good, too. He has Splitting Hairs, deals 70% damage 18 times to one enemy, and inflicts stun. It's very good. And he gets all these little mirror guys, like these little persona reflections or something. Very nice. Looks like they've now put out Hatsu, who's very good as well. Followed by Calypso. I've seen Calypso. I don't remember much about her. She has Seal Stone, generates 1 Seal Stone that deals 20% damage to Calypso's target every time she attacks. Up to 4 instances of Seal Stone can exist at the same time. Very cool. Alright. So, Dill says, did y'all get snow? I got over a foot of snow. Yes. We got a significant amount of snow. I guess it started on Friday night, and then has kind of continued through this morning in the wee hours. Snow and ice, and sleet. And we've had various pipes frozen, and even though we drip the water, it's still frozen some places. We're in Texas over here, so we don't have all the preparations. We don't have all the design that, house design that people in the north have for this kind of weather. So, yes, the roads are incredibly icy today. I've had to turn very slowly to get, but all was well. It's very slippery out there right now. It actually, the last 2 days weren't. It was not too bad, but what happened is, so first it rained. That was Friday. So it rained, got everything nice and wet, and then it froze. And then it sleeted on top of that. So we had frozen everything with sleet, coming down and adding another little layer there, followed by snow, and then sleet. All right. And now we've had it's gotten up almost to 32 degrees, and some of that has melted. And so now what we have is it's this horrible mixture of like snow and ice and sludge on the roads, and the top layer is hard, and so it's like you can actually go out there. I was like, skating around with a little 6-year-old yesterday with just our shoes. We were skating in the parking lot around, but yeah, we got a good bit of it. Alright, so let's see on those stats. Jadala with 300,960 BP. Arrogance topped the DP or the damage overall with 4,569,000. Followed by Sun Wukong on their team, 3,804,000, and then it goes down from there. But very nice numbers there. Alright, now we got 3 arena coins, 50 divine emblems, and 5,000 XP potions for that. Alright, now that was 300,000 guy. Next one up on this list is going to be player 122587881 with 355,153 BP. So his stage monster BP matches that, meaning that his whole team is approximately the same kind of range. So, pros and cons, I mean, on the one hand, the monsters are much higher than ours, but on the other hand, it's a good thing that he doesn't have somebody phenomenal that's going to raise the level and be fast DPS on their team. So we've got a chance, it's just not like a high chance of winning. We'll see what happens. So they slaughtered us on that first round there. So they have, who is this? Oh, it's Sun Wukong. Yes. All right. Sun Wukong is a fan favorite for Arena, it seems. And I can definitely understand why. I mean, he's very, very useful in many ways. And then, of course, Dao Chen. And that's good for adding a little additional DPS to an already high DPS guy. And Nazaw is phenomenal DPS as well. So, yeah, the slaughter is real. Um, this will be the end, I fear, for me. So they're going to probably take out my base in the next second. Yep, there we go. And that was player 1225878 355,153 BP on him. We got 3 arena coins and 20 divine emblems for that. And highest damage here was done by Naza. I'm starting to get to where I recognize that. Apparently that's a guy. I just learned this is the Naza person is a boy, and it's part of, I guess, part of Chinese history. I have never heard of Naza previous to this game, so I'm going to have to learn more about that. Anyway, Naza topped the damage, followed by Sun Wukong, which is interesting because Sun Wukong came up first, and of course, Sun Wukong is part of Chinese mythology. But anyway, after that is arrogance, 2,095,000 DPS or damage for him, and it goes down from there. But anyhow, moving forward. All right, we have here Shadow Slayer with 363,301 EP. We're likely to get slaughtered here, of course, but that's all right. We are welcoming the challenge, and hey, you know what? Defenders need points too. That's fine. All right, who do they have over here? Shadow Slayer has got out. No one yet, but sure. Oh, there it is. Okay. Alicia. Alicia has Thunder's Bind. Casts 1 lightning orb at the enemy. After that, basic attack will additionally deal 60% true damage based on the hero's attack. True damage is pretty cool. Then they have Sun Wukong out in front of that. Not a bad choice. Sun Wukong is obviously very good, very high DPS, has all of his little minions you can summon. It's pretty good. I didn't know if they were going to make it through that round, but they did. Let's see what happens now. We got Wrath out, and Silas, and now who's this? This is just another Sun Wukong guy. There's Hex. Hex is good. Hex is, I've seen him many times in Arena, and he seems to do pretty well. Silas, I've seen him a couple of times, and I say that more than a couple of times. I've seen him now and then. I see him in Arena. He feels like he's pretty good, but at the same time, I'm not sure if he's. I don't know. I have mixed feelings on him. Say that. So it says his damage increases by 80%, and each attack becomes soul sniping that ignores the defense and magic resistance. I don't know enough about the skills that he has to be able to tell you like what is soul sniping. It seems like it's maybe a true damage kind of thing, but I'm not sure. All right, here we have 3 arena coins, 50 divine emblems, and 5,000 XP potions as our reward. And then for the stats, Shadow Slayer has 363,301 EP. Looks like the high damage was this girl I don't know. She's got a crown. She may or may not be elvish. I don't think she is. The ears don't really look pointed, but maybe. I'm not sure. Definitely got some crown going on there. Actually, she's not the highest because arrogance beat her. And in fact, wow, I'm way off because Silas actually did more than her as well. He's the one who has that soul snapping thing we were just talking about. Sun Wukong is next, and then followed by, I guess, Xena. But anyway, not a bad showing overall. Now let's hop out of here and go check on those. I was gonna go do the polls, but we've got these background fights finished here. So we got 63,000 coins, 15,330 XP potions, a variety of different gears, and by the way, Tales of the Smith is upcoming here pretty soon, so keep that in mind. Store up a little bit of armor so that or gear in general, so that you are ready for that event to get some enhancing done and get your Tales of the Smith points for that. Then we also have 330 Forgotten Palace trophies and 180 divine symbols for that. Emblems. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. My mind is gone. This is nothing new, but still true. Alright, now let's set some more raids to go. I'm not going to do it that way. I'm actually going to go to the Oracle's Trial, click on Forgotten Palace, which is a current contest running. We have to participate in Gear Raid 3 to win trophies and redeem rewards. We can take this 100,000 XP potions from there. Then click go through here. It'll take us right to this. We can click on Stage 15 and then auto fight however many times. Looks like 8 times on that. While we go and do some other things in the background, as it were. I guess I'll come and claim some things just in case I get diamonds or summon crystals. So participating in the arena one time gets us 5 of these quick clear tickets. Quick clear tickets are like auto battles, except it's instant rewards essentially instead of having to wait through them. And you get 10 of them free every day. So keep that in mind. And it doesn't use your auto battle tokens to do that. So it's a nice addition. Then we have these daily quests. Participate in the arena one time and claim that and get 200 gold dragon tokens for that. Alright, that all looks fine and well. So let's go on to summon. And we have a couple things here. We've got the special invocation of spirits, which increases our chances of getting these people by 20. So if we hit those slots, whether it's epic or whether it's legendary, our chances of the epic and legendary slots go up 20 times for it to be these guys instead of anybody else on those lists. Then we have the crazy invocation of spirits, which just increases our chance of drawing a legendary by 2. So I don't know what the right way to do it is, but I'm just going to start with this on the 20 times chances of getting those guys. I think that, well, let's see, maybe I should not. Chances up 2 times. Yeah, no, it makes the most sense to do this because I haven't hit a legendary in quite a while. I think I've had quite a few pulls, so it makes more sense probably for me to go with this than it does with the other one. All right. So we're trying to get this one, I think, this Numera, and she's like a poison lady. The other one, Valeria, is also okay from my understanding, but I think we're going for Numera. We'll see. We're only going to use at most 15 because that's how many of the summoning crystals that I have, and I want to save the diamonds for something that's going to be released soon from my understanding. People have, Scuttlebutt says there's going to be the painter and the paintress. So let's go ahead and try this and see what happens here. So, first off, we have Praetor, a 2-star defender. Wielding his great mace, Praetor defends the weak while in constant search of his lost love. Praetor. And we got perform one summon over there, so we'll get a reward on that. Bill says if you end up getting Numera, it will be worth it. Imagine that's probably true. I do have Phelan who would work with poison, so. Here we have Hayden, the 2-star fighter. Hulking and tanky, this trusty warrior can reduce hero summoning costs. Alright, cool. Next up, drumroll please, Calder, the 2-star fighter. As a traveling mercenary, Calder seeks to repay a debt that saved his very life. Alright, we got 12 more, including this one to go. And this is Borut, the 3-star fighter from the Watcher faction. Borut is a roughneck faction leader of the Watch Guard. His mechanical fists wreak havoc with burn damage. He is also a lord, and so he gives a little bit of a boost, and he also knocks people back a little ways, so he can be useful for knocking somebody back into the range of someone else that you want it to go into. Here we have Romnose, 2-star defender. This cheeky goblin can't stay out of the drink. When healthy, he's mighty hard to take down. A bunch of these guys kind of hang out at the bar, as far as I can tell. Like, when they're not out there fighting, you know where to find them, right? Here we have Screef, 2-star marksman. Can't trust this one. This vile goblin will lead you into the dark before plugging you with his daggers. Screef is he's a commonly seen goblin around these parts. Followed by Barclay. Barclay is a 3-star fighter. When deployed, Barclay raises the defense of nearby allies. His pike grants him decent range. It's not good range, it's just decent range. That's what I'm getting. Don't want to oversell him or anything. Alright, now we have Langland, the 2-star healer. He's the, I think he's the only one from that I know of from the just like straight up lavender family. I don't know. There are some purples, but I feel like he might be the only lavender that I've seen. Langland is as devout as can be. His healing magic dispels negative effects, keeping allies in the fight. So like purple is royalty. He's almost there. Got a little bit of royalty in there somewhere. Maybe. Here's Dagna, the 3-star defender from the Northern faction. Mighty things come in small packages. Dagna's North Throne faction leader, able to greatly heal herself. Yes, she is a lord as well. So I've gotten 2 lords during these summons, which is fun. Borut and Dagna. Here we have the 4-star mage. She's an esotericist and a northerner. Full of endless intrigue, Ai plants magical seeds of frost capable of exploding at the beat of her enemy. Now we're going to share that and get those 50 diamonds from that. Always a good thing to do. So, I don't think that I have her awakened all the way by any stretch of the imagination. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. But I'll try to level her up with that, or to awaken her up with that, I suppose. Here's Spring, the 3-star healer. As rejuvenating as the season itself, Spring can heal multiple units at once. Yes, she's an AoE healer, and not as good for any of my previous uses as Autumn is, who does utility and healing. Here we have Skolf, who is a 3-star fighter. With a galvanizing roar, Skolf boots allies and lays enemies low, able to regenerate health when low. Always nice to have in fighter. And here's Walgrak, the 2-star mage. Running with a band of thieves, Walgrak slows enemies with his putrid magic while increasing his own speed. He can occasionally come in handy in the faction trials I found. Maybe not the faction trials. I don't remember. Somewhere I've used him. Here's Voroth. Voroth is a 4-star fighter from the Northern faction. I don't know if I've actually used Voroth or if I have. I don't recall it. He seems. I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about him. I haven't really decided. I haven't looked at him enough to say. As hard as the tundra from whence he hails, Voroth's great axe sweeps the battlefield, dealing AoE damage. Nice. We have one more crystal at the moment to use, so let's summon again and see what we get. Walgrak, old friend. It's as though we only just saw each other. He's a 2-star mage. Running with a band of thieves, Walgrak slows enemies with his putrid magic while increasing his own speed. Alright, so let's... Oh, yeah, we've gone over a little bit in our hero capacity, and now they're in our backup storage. My understanding is we can continue to fill up that backup storage if we want to. We don't actually have any real need to pull them out right away, but I don't like to let them sit for too long. So I will deal with that in a moment. But we can claim these summon rewards over here and get 4 legendary extracts. Those never hurt anybody. Alright, let's hop out of there. I think I'll go first to quests. Form 1 summon got us 2 4-star psychic power shards. Nice. We got this monthly one here. Perform 30 summons, which gives us 2 rare summoning crystals, which means we'll be able to go and do a couple more in a moment. But let's go ahead and check on things and claim any rewards first, so that we get all the things, you know. Alright, at the spiritual altar, we have ended up getting 1 epic skill crystal and 1 4-star psychic power token. So can't complain too much about that. Then over at the Oracle's trial, we have earned 200,000 coins for our efforts, which is nice. We're also number 7 in Forgotten Palace at the moment. And our next reward is going to be 20 diamonds. And that's at 600 points. We currently have 425. On the 8th fight out of 8 of those auto battles in the back. Dill says I always end up cleaning up my backup storage just to make the red dot go away. That's fair too. Yeah, I don't know, it just makes me uncomfortable to have things in the backup storage, I guess. I'm not really sure why. Then in the Gold Dragon Pass, we got perform 10 summons, and we get 750 Gold Dragon tokens for that, which levels us up to 37. Followed by obtain 20 pieces of gear from Gear Raid, which gives us another 750 Gold Dragon tokens. And let's check those level rewards over here. That's 30,000 gold in our pockets there. Back over here, we've got a completed auto battler, which gives us 28,000 gold coins, 6,816 XP potions, a variety of gear items, 165 Forgotten Palace trophies, and 80 divine emblems. I'm actually interested to see how those enhancements go on my gear, because I've been saving it up for well over a week now, not doing anything at all with it. And I'm up to 968 gear pieces. And let's see how many of those I'm going to be enhancing up. I'm only going to do the ones between level 0 and 3. Okay, I forgot it doesn't actually show me the right number on there. It just shows you how many you have total. So I can't just count them. But this many are going to need enhanced. I currently have 9,706,000 gold. And so that's going to be probably all gone pretty quickly. But that's where we're at the moment. Okay, let's see here. Let's hop over here and just see what we've got. I suppose I can go ahead and claim these auto rewards, which gives us 10 quick clear tickets, 2 insignia of Marchman 2, and 1 huge stamina potion. Always good to have. Not helpful in the summoning crystal region of this game, but still helpful in other areas. Alright, let's summon a couple more with these 2 summoning crystals that we have. So here's 1. Alright, that is Screef, the 2-star marksman. He's the one who plugs you with daggers. I'll lead you into the dark first, then plug you with daggers. Such a strange thing for a marksman. You would think, like, I mean, I'm just not sure about leading you into the dark and plugging you with daggers thing. It's weird. Alright, Arlo is a 2-star fighter, a masked man of the people. Arlo's a dexterous fighter who can reduce hero summoning costs. Very nice. Now, let's see, out of curiosity. Oh yes, I forgot to go and clear up my hero situation. So, we'll focus on that instead of what I was about to jump over to. Alright, heroes. And we're gonna go... Okay. We're just gonna go to the sell window first and sell all of these ones that might be the gray guys here. Okay? So dismiss all of those. Then I'm going to go to the 2 stars, and basically I'm going to get rid of all of the ones that aren't fusible, and I'm going to keep 4 copies of each of the ones that are fusible, just because that's how I roll. You know, I like to keep enough people to do some fusing if I want, while still being able to feed my guys to things if I want to. That was foolish of me. I just stuck some back. I didn't mean to stick back. That's fine, though. Doesn't matter. We'll keep a few extra for now, I suppose. Yeah. Fine. It's all fine. Let's dismiss these and get 20,000 gold for that. And clear up a load of room in the bags. Then we can hop back over to the summon window, go to the backup storage, and go ahead and bulk select these guys and put them into the bags. Alright, now we are out of this kind of summoning crystal. We have, however, some of these ancient summoning crystals, which has Sithra and Praetus. Now, I've seen Praetus used a good number of times in the arena. I don't really know about him. I don't know anything about Sithra. I've never, to my knowledge, seen her. I don't know much about Praetus, except I feel like he does pretty well. And I don't remember much about him, but you know what? Hey, actually, I'll go back to that button just so that I can look at the pity timer rules. Pity timer will be triggered if no legendary lord hero, including unnamed heroes, is summoned after 185 consecutive summons. My understanding is that the pity timer for the ancients is not on the same timer as for the rares or the legendaries. And the rares and the legendaries are also on different timers, so you don't have to like compete with those between things. And so if we look here, I don't think I've gotten any legendaries with these special ancient summoning crystals yet, but I'm not 100% sure, so I'm gonna go through it. It's looking right. Yeah, alright, so 21 pages, one of them not completely full. So 21 times 3 would be, 63, right? So I guess I've done 63 so far, which means I've got quite a long ways to go before I get to that 200. Dill says they're both really good. Excellent. That's what I like to hear. Alright, let's go ahead and use some of these. So we've got 14 to use. May as well. And this will count for the spiritual altar as well. So here we have Dagna, the three-star defender from the Northern faction, who we got a little bit earlier. Mighty things come in small packages. Dagna's a North Throne faction leader, able to greatly heal herself. She is useful in some of the stages, so not complete waste of time if you're fully dedicated. She's a lord, and also she's useful in addition to being a lord. Here's Duradel, the 3-star fighter. Oh, vampire? Both? Duradel's surge skill does massive damage and restores HP. Talk about versatile. So I'll summon again, and who do we get this time? Could be anyone. But no, it's Ogrel. Ogrel, the 3-star fighter. The epitome of a berserker, shields won't help when he enters a rampage. Followed by Gogrin, the 3-star fighter. Stained crimson, this feral beast rouses his allies with his war cry and goes berserk when health is low. I'm finding some commonalities here. Nero, the 3-star mage from the Cultist and Watcher faction. It's cool that he has 2 factions. Nero is a flame-cloaked master of AoE damage and faction leader for the Cursed Cult. Crank the heat. Summon again. And see what we get. Here we have Autumn. I think you might remember her from a few moments ago. She's a 3-star healer from the Infernal faction. As comforting as the changing leaves, Autumn uses AoE healing and boosts critical damage. Boosting critical damage is nice. Earlier we got Spring. This time we have Autumn. Autumn is the better of those two, in my opinion. Now, granted, I didn't actually end up using Spring. Oh, this is a new one to me. His name is Pyros. He looks like he's not really all there exactly. But he's a 4-star mage from the Infernal faction. Consumed by spirits, Pyros is an erratic leader of the Infernal Blast. Marks targets for destruction. Cool. Pyros it is. Let's move along here. This is Drogo, the 3-star marksman from the Piercer faction. He is not great. Drogo is not amazing. There's nowhere to hide. Drogo's massive range and AoE ultimate will have enemies scrambling for cover. I haven't seen that. So far, 0 enemies have scrambled for cover for me. But hey, what do I know? Dill says, nice, Infernal Lord. House is good. Very good. Here's another copy of Vogel, the 3-star fighter who is the epitome of Berserker. He does the whole Berserk mode business. And here we have another copy of Spring. 3-star healer, as rejuvenating as the season itself. Oh, fancy schmancy. We actually got our very first... Well, that's interesting. It's our very first legendary pull from an ancient summoning stone. So, it is Solkadins. He's a 5-star mage from the Infernal faction. Behold the wonders crafted from fire and magma, a world of eternal flame that seeks purity beyond measure. Alright, cool. Dill says, woo! So I bet that means it's good. I have no idea. But hey, it's a legendary. Necro says I came at the right moment. Solkadins, big and nice. Okay, so everybody's saying he's very good. Good to hear. I really I wonder, does he have burning? Does anyone know? Because burning can stack with some of the other guys pretty well. And he looks like, again, he looks like he's on fire, but I've found that Varian, whose head is actually made of fire, doesn't do any burning damage, and the one whose actual name is Scorch also doesn't do any burning damage. Very weird. Necro says he's all about that burn. Excellent. I'm glad to hear that. I'm gonna have to check him out later for sure. Alright, Solkadins. Oh, look at that. We got an achievement, too. Achieved Champion Commander 1, whatever that means. We'll find out soon enough. Alright, we have 3 more crystals left, so let's summon again. Why not? Let's see what we got. Alright, Sheilor, the 3-star fighter. 2 X's are better than 1. Sheilor's blood surge throws her into a frenzy. Well, blood surges and berserking and all that. You know, there's rage and frenzies and everything else going on among the blue guys there. And here we have another copy of Baru, the 3-star fighter from the Watcher faction. He's also a lord. He's a roughneck faction leader of the Watchguard, and his mechanical fists wreak havoc. The last one of these guys, Necro says his lore is that he was basically born in the core of the planet and by accident got released by a volcano. He fell in love with the sun and wants to make the planet just like it. Ooh, that's kind of a problem for like all of the things that live on the planet. Pure flame ball, a paradise in his mind. Well, okay, so if the paradise is that nothing is there, it's just fire. You know, there's another name for that. All right, we'll keep on going here. That was the last of those that we have, so we'll click OK here, and then just kind of look at these. We've got the special divine summoning, and we've got the crazy divine summoning. I don't think that I want to use my my legendary tokens on those. Now, mind you, each of these events that are going right now, and the summoning ones do end in 10 hours and 7 minutes, so they'll end tonight. Keep that in mind before deciding whether you do it or not want to pull on this right now. We also have some summon rewards to claim over here, so let's go ahead and claim those. We get some diamonds out of the deal. 10 diamonds. Not a bad haul, all things considered. And so, that's cool. Get out of there. And I'll go over to events, where we have a W gold gift to look at on the quests. Perform 50 hero summons and we claim 50 W gold. And obtain 1 legendary hero, and we get another 50 W gold for that as well. Necro says he was born in the molten core of the planet, so fire is just up his alley. Ah, well, I guess he'll live in it just fine then. But what, pray tell, will he eat? The question of the ages. Dill says, also, he looks cool. Alright. And Necro says that he's strong as all hell. That's funny. It's funny. Cody says, howdy, kid. Glad to see you. Streaming some good old watchers. Absolutely. That was probably one whole sentence there. Glad to see you streaming some good old watchers. I read it as two sentences for reasons unknown. Yes. Dill says you missed it, Cody. I don't know. You missed me pull a guy. I think his name was Solkadins. He's a far guy. There you go. Yeah, I've been pretty busy this weekend and haven't had much chance to get on, so I know I've missed seeing you guys this weekend. We got events over here. Spiritual Altar gives us 100,000 gold coins, 3 4-star psychic powers, 2 epic skill crystals, and 200 legendary skill dusts. So, not bad. I'll take it. Hop out of there. And what more? Oh yes, there's something over in our profile picture. Achievements. We go to collection and we got Champion Commander 1, which means that we own 3 legendary Lord heroes of different factions. And we get 3 ancient summoning crystals and 10 achievement points for that. Apparently Cody is also believes that this was a good pull. Necro says Sulkanan's Fire Incarnate. Cody says I pulled Pope, aka Praetus, finally. LOL, was going to say it, but I caved, LOL. Yeah, I think that Praetus, or Pretus, I suppose his name is Pretus, probably. So I think that Pretus, I've seen him in the arena a number of times, and he seems like he's pretty good. I haven't, of course, pulled him myself, so I don't know that, and I haven't really investigated him deeply, but from what I've seen of his performance, I suppose, in arena specifically, he seems to do pretty well. I think so. So, alright, now let's see here. It's 3:56 p.m. here in my area, and so what this means is that Beirut is going to reset any minute. It also means I may have to go here soon, just to warn you guys, but maybe I'll be able to at least check Beirut and see if he has anything fun to sell me before that happens. We'll see. We got some more idle rewards to claim, which is 3 out of 5 attempts. Alright, cool. Let's check and see what the faction guy looks like over here, over in the Pantheon. Here we go. And then it is the Trial of the Infernal. Okay, so that's cool because that dude I pulled is also from the Infernal, so maybe I better go check him out before I go crazy. Let's check and see if I have anybody. Okay, I don't have anybody in the bags waiting to be unveiled. Let's hop over to Heroes and see what we have on this Solkadin's fella. Oh, there he is. Alright. Solkadin's. What's up with him? What do you do, dude? Single target magic attack, ally buff, and continuous damage, it says. He is from the Infernal faction. He's the Lord. Increases faction team members' basic attributes by 15%. When he casts Hell Breaks Loose, all faction team members gain penetration increase and deal 30% extra damage to elites and bosses for 15 seconds. And the penetration increase allows him to ignore 30% of defense and magic resistance. That seems like that would be phenomenal under certain conditions. If you have a lot of faction team members that go along with him, that's super cool. Alright, what else does he have going on? Alright, let's start with looking at his ultimate. Upon activation, it's a good range. Upon activation, the talent effect increases damage by 10% for 12 seconds instead. Well, hold on. I guess I better read the talent real fast. So if we hit promotion grade 2, when attacking the same target, basic attack deals increasing damage. Each attack increases damage by 6%, 12 seconds, up to 10 times. So this will only come into play once we have him promoted up twice. as far as this goes in. During which all heroes will prioritize attacking them. Upon expiring, the mark will explode, dealing 240% AoE damage. Additionally, when the hero is deployed as a lord, he gains Pyro Blitz, which is an ability that says 2 faction team members with the highest attack join forces to channel energy to the lord, regardless of their location. Cool. The lord gains each participating faction member's current 50% attack and 60% crit. Wow, critical damage attributes, and accumulate strength for a powerful strike. Man, crazy. So the ones with the highest attack do this. The damage of this strike on the marked target increases based on the number of faction heroes on the battlefield, up to 800% damage. Furthermore, nearby units will also be affected, suffering 300% splash damage and being stunned for 2 seconds. That's incredible. Wow. Alright. Oh, let's see here. I'm missing some stuff going on. Necro says, I'm still mad with Moonton that they didn't give Pretus and Billy some jiggle. I'm sure you're saying jiggle mechanics, right? Yeah, well, you know what? Gluttony, you would think Gluttony would jiggle a bit, right? 'Cause he's pretty chunky, right? But he's just kind of stagnant in his visuals as well. Cody says he's excited for February banners. Necro says, have you all heard about the Chinese event that is seemingly coming to us this year? There's a huge server event with boss fights, maps to conquer, resources to donate, and crazy good rewards. I've heard nothing about it. But Cody has been hearing about it on Discord and English Chat 1. Well, interesting. Alright, other than that, over here we have continuous magic attack, and that's pretty normal range on that. Deals 80% damage to one enemy continuously. Synergy Blaze is after you reach promotion grade 1, this will unlock. Upon inflicting burning on targets, there is a 15% chance to gain 1 fiery essence, stacking up to 4. During the next ultimate, every essence deals 60% extra damage. So now it doesn't say. I assume he has to be the one to inflict this burning. Oh no, well, it says deals 20% continuous magic damage per second. Burning effects from different sources can coexist. It's not clear, but I think it's saying it says upon inflicting burning on targets, there's a 15% chance. I don't know, I'm not sure. Does he have to inflict the burning? Or can it be inflicted by anyone? That's the question. He also has Hellfire Emperor, requires promotion grade 3 to unlock, and he becomes immune to burning damage. After talent inflicts burning on targets, there's a 30% chance to increase their received burning damage by 20%. Alright, that sells me right there. That's very good. So that means burning damage from anyone is going to potentially trigger this. That's cool. After his talent inflicts burning, of course. It's not just with him out. He has to actually have inflicted it with his talent for that to happen. Alright, so awakenings, let's see. Targets marked with the ultimate will be inflicted with vulnerability to magic damage and physical damage. That's first awakening. Second one increases faction team members' damage to elites and bosses by 5%. Cool. Third awakening, for every 1 burning on targets, increases the hero's damage by 5% up to 35%. That's very good. Crit rate plus 8% on the 4th awakening, and then for the 5th, when the talent's damage increase effect maxes out, each basic attack launched extends the duration of all burning on the target for 1 second. That's very good. Cody says, I know Bogajoa got Lubu during his pulls. Yes. Bogajoa pulls very, very well. And he's got some good folks, including Lubu for sure. I don't have Lubu. But yeah, very, very neat. So, promotions. I guess we can look through those real quick. So his range will extend him his second promotion a little bit, and that's nice. Unlock another thing. Alright, on the 5th star, when attacking the same target, basic attack deals increasing damage. Each attack increases damage by 6% for 10 seconds, up to 10 times, and inflicting burning. Alright, so that's all cool. Definitely need to do that. We'll go ahead and start on that right now. It's promoted. We've unlocked Synergy Blaze with that and upgraded some of his attributes. Let's promote him again. Cody says, thankfully you got an ancient exclusive lord for your ancient goals, and same deal on Sulkadens. Huh, cool. It's an exclusive lord, huh? So when it's an exclusive lord, does that mean it's like you can only pull it when the banners, or is it like you can only pull it with an ancient? Is that what that means? That unlocked the Hellfire spell. So now the spells are unlocked, which is cool. I guess that one did. It unlocked the Hellfire Emperor, and upgraded all of his attributes a little bit. Now we're at a point where we can't go further until I get more pieces for that. So that's not too bad. Let's go ahead and level him up as much as I have. Oh, crazy. I can get him up to level 50. That's cool. Sure, why not? Let's do it. Alright, can we start him up? Unlikely. Yeah, not even close. But we can at least get him up to level 50, which is nice. I wonder if I can get some upgrades on him. I sure can, yeah. No problem. And this is also going to get some points for the Ward Fates. So, continuous magic attack, damage plus 5%, which is pretty nice. Cody says you can only pull some of them with ancient shards. Necro says, yeah, they're red shard exclusive characters. Many of the most powerful characters come from red summoning shards. Cool. And Dill has 165 ancients. That's cool. Another 5% damage for continuous magic attack, which is nice to have because that hits, consistently. So, all right, this is for Hell Breaks Loose, which let's see, Hell Breaks Loose. That is the ultimate, so that's nice to level up. Damage increase per second plus 1%. Cool. What do we get next? Leveled up the basic attack again. Cool. That's almost maxed out now. I'll take it. And then the trigger chance for Synergy Blaze just went up. Okay, Hellfire Emperor is a passive effect. Burning damage taken plus 5%. Cool. And I'll stop there because I don't necessarily want to use this on here, but I think I am going to go ahead and favorite him. That seems like a good idea. Because I think I'm definitely gonna want to work on him and get him in a little bit better condition. We'll throw some random gear on him for now, and a random artifact of some kind. That doesn't really look like a terrible artifact. Increases damage dealt by 5%, eliminating an enemy grants an extra damage increase of 5%, lasting 5 seconds. That seems like it's okay to have on you for now, really. Okay, cool. So, back out of there. Borut is ready for us. Now let's see what he has. Looks like we can get 5 auto fight attacks for 20,000 gold. We may as well do that. And now, come over here and see what we have to claim here in these events. This is War of the Fates. We got 100 legendary skill dust for that, which is nice. That comes in handy pretty often. The next thing that we'll get is going to be 100 diamonds if we get up to that. And we have 1 day and 9 hours left on this event, just so you guys know. We're not as far behind on this red versus blue thing as I had thought we might be going to be at this point. You know, we have no real chance of catching up, but you know, I think it was a good fight anyway. Oh, I see that Necro is saying by far not enough to get the Valentine Bond couple if they don't do a Dracula style summon X and get the character guaranteed. Cody's hoping he pulls both. Having Bond skill champs without their partners sucks. Yeah, I've got that. I've got Arrogance, and he's supposed to bond with Lust, but I have no idea, how to get Lust. I assume it's just a random thing. Dill says, I hope they start doing more like this Dracula. Cody says, I've burned so many resources for War of Fates. Well, have you gotten a lot of good stuff out of it, folks? There's some good rewards there. Gold Dragon Path. Level up heroes 20 times and you get 600 gold dragon tokens. Leveled us up to number 38. Necro says Lust is possibly event exclusive. Cody says Lust is unlimited. She's sadly not the best, but still really solid. I looked at her once just to see, and she seemed she didn't seem like she was great. I just want to have her so that it will unlock that skill for Arrogance. Necro says she used to be the best, or the boss killer, but nowadays there are stronger characters released. Makes sense. Okay, let's claim this 10 legendary skill dust here. Pop out of there. And then it looks like we've got some more stuff over here in the mine ready. We got 2,850 coins, 1,750 XP potions, 5 stamina, 2 diamonds, and 3 mithril here. Claim all that. And then we've got something to claim the quests. Level up heroes 3 times gives us 1 stamina potion sample. And for the weekly, upgrading hero skills 1 time gives us 10,000 gold. Nice. And then we can claim the box at the top here. Get 1 rare summoning crystal and 3 ancient summoning crystal shards. Wow. Well. If that's the way it is, then we can put together... we can't put together one of those, but we can put together one of these refining crystals. May as well. I don't know exactly what a refining crystal does. Let's see. A crystal possessing the power of nature can be used to refine mythic gear to change the stat of one selected secondary attribute. Maybe at some time I might want to use that, but for now, yeah, not so interested. However, we still have a shard, so we may as well come over and try that on besides. Cody says Fastidious wants the devs to buff her. I wouldn't mind, lol. And Necro says I only think she should get a buff as her Bond. Arrogance got a buff as well. Oh. I only think she should get a buff as her Bond Arrogance got a buff as well. That would make the power duo desirable again. But he says facts, it's only right. Alright, we got Narvi, the 3-star fighter. A most inquisitive adventurer, Narvi makes a great companion, bolstering heroes and reducing costs. She is pretty decent, in all fairness. Okay, very cool. Got a bunch of that done. Let's see. Let's check out this faction trial again. I looked and saw that it was an Infernal faction. I don't remember the map or anything like that. And it looks like we didn't succeed very well on stage 7 last time. We did succeed, but not phenomenally. Map info. Oh no, I know why. Because I didn't really have any way to do 2 things. Now, this could be a different scenario. Because I was suffering from not having any ground guys. And this time, let's go to it. This time we have this dude. And what is he? I'm not sure. Let's remove somebody so we can see what he is. Okay, he's a mage. That's still not a blocker, I'm afraid. What a shame. All right, that's okay. We have only 3 melee people, or 2 melee people, sorry, and that causes some serious issues of being able to do something. But now maybe we can put Solkadins, something like that, up at the top to deal with the boss, and then put Xena at the bottom to deal with those guys. That'll make a big difference if I can do that. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I think this might be the right way to go. I don't remember what she does. Let's see. Does she have anything neat, or is she just each attack bounces up targets, dealing damage? Okay, it's just damage dealing. And I think that if that's the case, I may want him instead. But what's this guy? I forgot. He's a lord. Hold on here. Pyros. Didn't even look at Pyros. I'm pretty sure I don't want his lord skill because I've got the other guy's lord skill. Pyros increases his attack speed by 50 per attack for 5 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. He's got an ultimate when activated, increases damage by 60% for 15 seconds. And marks one target in range with the highest HP at the moment to make it a prioritized target, while dealing 30% damage per second. The mark lasts for 7 seconds and explodes at the end of its duration, dealing 200% AoE damage to nearby enemies. When the hero is deployed as a lord, it gains focus fire effect, which that's the one where multiple faction team members join together to help him kill stuff. Dill says no need for pyros now. Yeah, right. Necro says that Twin Fiend is like a weaker version of Shulkadins, and Pyros is a weaker version of Twin Fiend. Cool. Yeah, I don't have Twin Fiend either. Dill says, is there a spiritual altar this weekend? I'm not sure. Necro says Setram is the best character to kill the boss, as the boss has high magic resistance but not much armor. I'm not sure which boss we're referring to here, but Setram is good for a lot of things that like if they have the shield that only takes 1 point per hit, it can really help burn those shields down. Cody says, yeah, Soul Cadence is way better than both. Well, yeah, I would think so. But what I'm currently trying to do is just kind of replace some of the not very good people that I have on this team in this zone. And I think he's going to possibly do well at that. I'm not really sure, but I think so. Yeah, his Lord skill is obviously outclassed easily, but he has some advantages here. Delusional Gaze inflicts vulnerability to magic and physical on targets marked with Destruction Command and increases the AoE damage multiplier by 150% when the mark explodes. Some good AoE stuff going on there. Let's promote him up a bit and unlock some of the stuff. Necro says, oh, is there no boss yet in stage 8? Oh, yes, sorry, that boss. Yes. Referring to the one at the upper right, sure. Yeah, I had been placing the, Setram to where he could hit the boss, but the fact is that he was not able to do enough by himself. So I was having to put Xena up there in order to get enough DPS on the boss to kill it. And, if I put Xena up there, then I can't put her down to block because I only had 2 melee characters, and like one of them dies very easily, so like he can't be healed and all that stuff. So this should make it to where I don't have to have a melee up at the top because I'll have some DPS up at the top, and I should be able to I think I should be able to kill her pretty well with the 2 of them, Setram and the new guy, Solkadins. And then I can put Xena down at the bottom to do some blocking along with the guy who dies easily, whatever his name is. The I don't know, it's like a robot defender or something. I don't know. All right, so we've unlocked Delusional Gaze on Pyros. Let's go ahead and promote him again. Let's see. Dill says, Twin Fiend looks so cool, but he's kind of done. Cody says, yeah, Twin is sad for a lord nowadays. We're getting a new infernal lord soonish. Cool. Alright, so Pyros increases his attack speed for 50 per attack for 5 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. And also he got some boost there on his stats. Let's promote him again. See what it looks like here. He has some armor that looks kind of like a bird on his chest there, doesn't he? I just noticed. Alright, so his attributes all went up a little bit more. And let's see here. Looks like things will get better as it goes up, but right now I don't have the materials. I could get some, but for now, let's just go ahead and try to upgrade him. I have no idea how I have quite this much XP. Didn't realize it, but let's go ahead and do it. Knock him up some. There we go. And then I could start him up. We're gonna hold off on that for now, but it's potential. Potential is there to do that. So, with that in mind, I think I will take out probably this guy and put him in place. Alright, that ought to be a much better team than what I was working with previously. I didn't have a good number of these guys last time I did this. We have the VP for it. It was really just a matter of things stacking up, and I couldn't do anything about it. But let's try it like this and see how it goes. Cody says I made 1,200 W gold this event. I love getting free in-game money as a free-to-play. Sure. Okay, now we want to put this dude up there, I think. And so between him and probably Cetrum, we should be alright. Should be able to use Xena as a blocker over here. We've got Cetrum, who I think can sit right here. Nope, I'm one off. Cetrum has to be here to hit her at his longest range. And then we can start with putting her down. I'm gonna wait. Let's wait until they get a little bit closer. And ideally, let's try, I think putting him, yeah, here's fine. Alright, so we'll put him here facing like so. And then Xena down here. And then, yeah, I think Dao Chan here. Put her in that mode and knock off those ultimates. And I suppose, well, okay, let's just wait a second and try to put a knife here, I guess. Maybe. Why not? May as well. Alright, we've got Nocturne. He can go here. I think. And actually, I had intended to put this dude down to block off people coming at Xena, because I don't really care if he dies. I don't know, I didn't pay attention to what the requirements for this stage to get all the points were. And so maybe I actually don't want him to die. Let's go ahead and pick him up. Because I may want them to survive this stuff. Possibly. In which case I better heal up. Oh, ha. killed that boss, so I'll pick up that one. And unfortunately, it's not looking grand over here. Because they can only kill so many at once. Maybe actually I want to restart this because I think I've already beaten this level, and if I do it again, I'll have used my attempt. So maybe I want to restart this level. And how will I do it differently? Maybe I don't need Setrum and this guy. Maybe just this guy will be sufficient, in which case I could put Setrum facing down and do better that way. Let's try that. That way he could cover this whole range. I think it was fine to put him here. And then I had put Dao Chen here, which makes some sense, but I better wait because I've got a guy incoming who will need to be blocked. Stick that down and then go here, turn her into DPS mode, and I failed to do the ultimate when I should have, but that's okay, I think. Let's try, no, I don't want to do that, I don't think. I'll just stick her up there in a minute. Not quite yet. I suspect I should turn her around, but maybe I don't. Yeah, it's a tough thing here, really. Do I want to or not? I guess I will. It's not grand, but it'll work. Oh, for some reason I thought that guy was alive. He's definitely not alive. Cool. Alright, if I stick this guy out, he won't last very long, but he might be worthwhile for a moment. I'll just have to make sure he doesn't die because I feel like there's something there that maybe, you know, if he gets killed, I don't get all of the that won't help the situation. That I don't get all of the points or something like that, like all of the soul shard things. Unfortunately, it's not looking like Soul Cadence is killing that fast enough for me to be able to justify it. I may need to have 2 people up there, whether I like it or not. Oh, ha ha ha. I'm letting my person get killed probably didn't help either. Let's try that again. Okay. Alright, let's see. If I have to put them both, that's okay. I think that's okay. Try it again. Oh yeah, Necro, I agree. The boss does need to die fast, but the problem is, last time I wasn't able to use both him and Setrum and still kill all of the things, but maybe I just need to replace these things a little differently. We'll try it again. Yeah, I understand the premise. Okay, let's see here. Try putting her down. I'm gonna have to get little bit better here, that's for sure. Have to try to remember to pull her back into healing mode when things get a bit hairy. I don't know if that's the right choice there. Hard to say. Don't know enough about the guy yet. But we'll see. And since the problem is partially the overwhelm, I need to time that better on getting them out. For instance, I need to switch her right now to save my person. But as you can see, we got a whole problem going on here. I'm gonna pick Maureen up and throw this one down. Block for a second. Trouble is, this guy cannot be healed. So he dies extremely quickly. And even if I pick these up, I still just can't do enough DPS if I have Cetrum and the other dude both hitting the boss. I don't have enough DPS to beat those guys down in time. So it's a whole issue. Um, right, yeah, I know Necro that I can. But the problem is I don't really have anybody worthwhile. I've been putting all of my deployables down, and yes, I can pull them up and put 2 down. But what I'm left with is Autumn and like the guy who dies, the defender. Yes, Cena is strongest in the first placer. The trouble is I can't actually pick her up in this because if I do, then the monsters just walk on by. There's nobody. I only have 2 melees in this faction, and so actually, you know what? I think I got Scorch recently, and maybe that's the right answer to go see if I can make him viable. He's like level 1, and he's kind of it's not very impressive, but yeah, yeah. I don't think that I can get her back down because I think that as far as Yuna's concerned, because the monsters are pretty constant, and she doesn't it takes a minute to get her deployed again. So I don't think that I have a minute to between times that I would bring her down. But we'll go to complete, and maybe I can get Scorch, and then I'll have somebody else to buffer, and that may be the way to go. So let's try that, because the Titus guy, this fellow, he's kind of garbage because he only lasts a couple hits, and I can't really do anything about it. Because you can't heal him, and it just dies a lot. All right, let's try leveling this one up a little bit, and then maybe I can place him down just essentially as a defender, in spite of the fact that he's a fighter, just as another thing to block that can be healed. Let's first of all see if I can even. Okay, I can upgrade him up decently. Maybe he can take some hits, I bet. With some healers on him, he should be able to stay up. Yeah, we'll blow whatever we've got left in XP potions on him. Promote him up as much as possible to unlock. He's got some damage. So sure, let's do it. What he says, yep. Or cough, cough. LOL. Having the characters level 60 full promo will not be good enough to survive the enemies. Yes. If I got them up higher, that would be the way to go. Yeah. I just, I only have so many resources. So, it's one of those things. Necro says Titus is love, Titus is life. It even got buffed. No longer is the most expensive unit in the game. Oh my goodness. That's rough. Titus is not phenomenal under these circumstances. I actually need him to hang out for a minute and not die. It's crazy. All right. So we've unlocked this. Increases attack in battle by 10%. Spell or skill. Let's see what else we can do here. Attribute. We can enhance the attributes a little bit. What do we got? This more enhancement of attributes. And looks like we have plenty of these. So why not? Let's do it. Once more enhance the attributes. Can't be further promoted with a higher star level. What if I call that a day on that for now? We got up to level 36, which is, it is what it is, I suppose. Let's throw some random stuff on him and see if it'll get him into living status. When shielded, increases crit rate by 10%. Yeah, that's not very likely. Let's not go with that. How's about? Do I have anything? All right. I don't really mind stealing something from somebody else for this. I don't necessarily want to steal something from anybody very good. I could stick this on. Sure, let's do that. Alright, now he's got something that does something anyway. Necro says Titus used to cost something crazy like 30 or something because he was a tank and a healer for himself in one unit. I think Titus is criminally underrated. Perhaps, but all I know is that he does not do very well in this particular situation that I have. It's not grand. But if I get this guy, oh yeah, I don't have any gear on this dude either. I guess I should throw gear on people. Whatever. Whatever I've got won't hurt. So let's throw this in. Yeah, sure, that seems fine. And then Autumn also doesn't have anything on. I haven't actually used Autumn yet in this. And I kind of doubt that I'm going to right now. But you never know. We may as well throw some gear on her anyway. Alright. Now, it looks like I'm going to have to go after this. I've got one more. I'll try this fight real quick, and then I'm going to have to go. Let's start this. And I'll just give it a go. We'll see what happens. Alright, now, with the two guys, perhaps I can focus on killing this boss with Cetrum and Sulcadins. Alright. And then I'll be able to block a little bit better down there, theoretically. I'm just gonna kind of wait till they get a little closer. Right there is fine. And then I should be able to stick this guy down to block. A couple more. Throw her down. I'm probably gonna have to just stick to healing in order to keep that guy left for the most part. I'll change right now. But ultimately, I think that's just gonna have to happen. I could try putting him here and then a knife facing outward to get some of that going over time. I don't know why I put Brienne doll and I failed to switch her out of DPS mode. Oh man, that probably okay. Alright. That's an issue. Alright, well I will have to try it again when I get back because this is unfortunately a bad go of it because I'm a fool. I'm a fool who didn't click buttons well. That's all right. Uh, let's see. Dill says I never used him for anything but faction trials. I use him over at Orem though. Necro says I used to use him in Dakota. It's the one where you tank the fire slams with tanks. And Dakota says we're glad to see you streaming today. Well, thank you, Cody. Necro says you could try to beat the first few weak enemies with ranged units and save Xeno being strong for later enemies. That one's right. It's a possibility. Yeah, I'll have to do a little bit of testing and see what I can get to for sure. Thank you for the advice. I'm gonna have to run for now because I'm getting paged a bit. But it was definitely a pleasure streaming with you all and nice chatting with you. Hopefully I'll be back on in a few hours. We'll see how it goes. Um, but if you're not following me yet, be sure to follow me and turn on notifications so that you can see when I go live. For now, I've definitely got to run, so I will see you later on. Bye.